Greetings and salutations to all my dear spiritual brothers and sisters. I hope you are all doing well. Today I'm here with a new video about the Earth's transformation. This transformation will take about 30 years. But its main point, its central part, its central time, the change and transformation that the whole world, the entire planet Earth will feel is within the next year. That is, it will start from February 2026, and let's say about a year from now, these changes and transformations will become very apparent. Whereas before it was happening gradually, bit by bit. Even behind the scenes, when we didn't realize things were happening, things were actually taking place. I rely again on my higher spirit, which is here, is with me, and is within me. And I hope that what comes out of my mouth and enters your homes is truth, is light, is hope that enters each and every one of your dear homes and touches your heart. With another greeting, I'll finish the introduction and talk about the transformations. This year, again, I am repeating things that I have been saying since the year 2000. Everywhere I have been, in all the podcasts where I was a guest, in every conversation I have had, I wrote about these in my book 6 years ago, and I often talk about them in class as well. It's really just a repetition of the same things. My main sources are my own statements and my own data, and I think that most other astronomers as well would agree with these points. My dear friends, this year is a remarkably strange one. This is a year that will be recorded in history, a year that should not be taken lightly, but one where there must be calm. This is truly a year of great and profound changes. It starts this very month, beginning from February 17th all the way through February 27th. And almost every single month, we have a powerful new revelation, and we experience a profound personal transformation. But what I truly want from you right now is that for just one single year, just one full year of your life, whatever you have seen with your own eyes, whatever you have witnessed in this world, and whatever you did not like or found difficult, simply say to yourself, this too shall surely pass. And if you ever found yourself in the very midst of a raging fire and honestly thought there was no possible way out, tell yourself with conviction, I will be saved and I will find my way through. If you were in the middle of a war, if you were in a predicament, stuck in a situation where you thought there was absolutely no escape, gain enough strength to get out. If we can just persevere and hold our ground for one more year. These dramatic and theatrical spectacles are absolutely essential and vital for us, for our deepest fears, and for the inevitable and total disintegration of the old world. Let us come out of it healthy and surrender to the universe, knowing that the universe is with us. And let these things not frighten us, not make us lose hope, not drain our energy. Then we will enter a sacred gateway, a new vision, a gateway filled with blessings, abundance, and peace, far from darkness, for those who truly desire this higher spiritual opening. If they don't truly practice and maintain it every day for another year, in the future, the earth will be split into two distinct and separate groups. First, there are those individuals who choose to remain anchored in the past, those who truly believed in these movies and the artificial scenes and narratives that the exploiters carefully construct for us. And then there are those who have been careful observers. Please do not put yourself in any unnecessary danger. Instead, let yourself have complete trust in this magnificent and complex system of the universe. This is going to happen no matter if I get angry or stay calm. I realize that I am just a small part of a much larger whole, and I have been given one single important duty to focus on keeping my own vibration as high as it can possibly be at all times. My goal is to be a truly good person, not someone who acts as a destroyer, but rather one who serves as a constructive builder, and to consistently use my unique creative powers throughout every single day of the entire year. To discover them, first you must learn how to use them. And then, as a fully independent human being, you can begin to start a brand new life here on planet Earth, starting from the very beginning of the next year. Begin a very good and prosperous new life in the warm and loving embrace of your wonderful mother-in-law, my dear ones. Throughout this coming year, if you ever find yourself standing at a difficult crossroads or facing a tough decision, remember to first take a deep breath and listen closely to what your heart is telling you. Don't listen to your brain. Don't listen to your thoughts. Thought is often our greatest enemy. Its primary job is to make us feel afraid and to keep us confined within a safe, predictable place. However, the heart inherently knows the deeper truth of our existence. It constantly tells us to follow our inner passions and embrace whatever happens next, no matter how uncertain the journey may seem to our logical minds. Look at the observer. Only and if it felt as though you were suddenly forced to take immediate action and found yourself standing at a difficult crossroads, or perhaps at a significant turning point in your life, make a conscious effort to choose something you definitely wouldn't have done before, simply because the universe truly wants us to grow. In order to create a completely new version of me, and with this profound new birth, I no longer react in the same impulsive way I used to. Instead, I take deliberate actions that I am now fully aware of regarding their immense power and influence. I do them with love, and I know that I am not the body. I am light that has come into this body to experience these things and choose the path you wouldn't have chosen before. The universe wants to make sure that my reaction is different from those 36 years of past habits, different from those 3,000 years of brainwashing, different from being an unaware and fearful human. We need to act in a way that we know this game, this stage setting, is meant to scare me because they feed off of it. So we should remain steadfast and resolute with unwavering bravery and inner strength. But we must do so without causing ourselves any unnecessary emotional distress or inflicting any form of physical injury or bodily harm upon others. As for what actions will be taken, I can't say. What does the universe have planned? Uranus never gives advance notice. It doesn't work according to a set plan. Uranus is like a bolt of lightning, and Uranus in its essence is a spark itself, its transformation itself. Anything is possible with it. But we need to be certain. We have to trust it. Uranus is absolutely unpredictable in its entirety. Any kind of unexpected event can happen. Just like a flash of light, it can bring about transformation in a single moment, in a single second. So, after all these incredible and complex transformations that we will witness together, some specific months like the warm days of July and August, or the cold weeks of February, and even the changing seasons of September and October, will all look quite different. Sometimes it's quiet, and then suddenly there's a jolt and things take shape. But all of this is good news, even if it's not always pleasant. But seeing it unfold is truly like we have our old familiar land, and we are bringing in heavy bulldozers to level it completely to the ground. Then the brand new land that emerges on March 21st, 2027, will be a fertile land filled with incredibly good soil. It is the perfect time for deep plowing, and the seeds we plant there will all eventually turn into a lush and beautiful garden for everyone to see. It will become a paradise that our world has never seen before. If there has ever been talk of heaven, that will be the time. From every flower, a pot will be made, and from every pot, a whole garden of flowers will be created. And each and every individual will flourish, blossom, and grow in this very same way, gradually discovering and unlocking their own unique inner powers. and we will finally no longer be held captive as prisoners of those who seek to be our exploiters. One thing is absolutely certain: our economic systems, the banking system, various national governments, the medical system, the educational system, and other systems we rely on. All other financial and administrative systems will also undergo a period of significant change. So please don't be afraid or overly concerned if you feel, for example, that your personal securities or, let's say, your corporate stock prices might temporarily drop during this transition. Or if your cash loses value, don't be afraid, because the entire planet will be filled with abundance, available to everyone, and wealth will flow like a waterfall. Because it will no longer be in the hands of a single 9-member family or a dynasty that considers themselves gods. We know that wealth will be for everyone, and blessings and prosperity will be for all. Exploitative governments will disappear, and dictatorship will be eradicated from the entire world. Monarchies and royal systems will be abolished worldwide, and within 2 years, all governments will be transformed into governments of the people, by the people. That is, a perfectly just government where no one dares to take away anyone's livelihood or give orders and demand obedience, and any system where one person is beneath and another is above will not exist. Power will be in the hands of the people and for the people, and all these systems will be completely removed from the face of the earth, not just from 1 or 2 countries. The masks will fall off. Every single person who was deceitful, those who were thieves, the traitors, and the common criminals, will all eventually be exposed to the light of day. Our daily journeys will become much shorter and more efficient than ever before, while traditional national borders will eventually disappear entirely. And all of this transformative progress is steadily leading us toward the mysterious realm of the 5th dimension. It doesn't mean that the earth itself will change its place, it means a state of mind. Our mental and intellectual power, the full extent of our inner strength and capacity to think, will be completely unlocked, opened up in ways we have never experienced before, whereas previously for so long we had been closed off, unable to access our true potential. For 3,000 years, a truly immense span of time, they kept us closed, kept us in the dark, so that we wouldn't gain awareness, so that we wouldn't come to realize or understand that we are, in fact, superpowers, beings of immense capability. Many journeys, both literal and metaphorical, may happen for us during this time. Relocations to new places, changes in our position in life, shifts in our roles and responsibilities. We might lose various jobs, different kinds of work, or see our careers take unexpected turns, but none of it is truly terrifying. None of it should make you lose hope or feel despair. Just keep saying to yourself, this too shall pass. Just for 1 year, prepare yourself. Get ready to say, whatever happens, I accept it. We are witnessing our childhood home, the place filled with our earliest memories, being leveled by a bulldozer, and when it is finally leveled, that's when we can begin to build our own palace, our own place of beauty and strength. Instead of clinging to that moment of loss, think about the palace you will create. Think about home and the blessings that are yet to come. We truly are what we believe, what we hold in our hearts and minds. Believe it, imagine it. Everything will be fine. Everything will work out. Tonight I said, maybe you think I'm a dreamer, but I am seeing my future. And those who see like I do, those who share this vision, we will all enter another world together, a world full of beauty and peace, a world where there is no oppression, no lies, no deceit, only truth, harmony, and love. And stability is what we sow in the year 2027. The rest are the flowers that bloom, the fruits that come from the good seeds we plant. During this 1 year, many things are going to undergo significant changes. But in the following year, a sense of true stability will finally begin to arrive. And then in 2028, we will finally start to reap the rewards of what we have sown. And this harvest is extraordinarily magnificent and truly beautiful. The seeds that have emerged from our many difficulties and immense hardships, which we have sown with such great love, and whose fruits will have a profound and lasting impact for 3,000 years to come. We will profoundly and deeply experience their effects throughout the next 36 years. Those individuals who made hollow and deceptive promises, those who concealed their true intentions behind elaborate masks, and those who maintain an unreadable poker face where we never truly know what lies behind that facade, we have never fully grasped the complexities of politics. The devastating wars they orchestrated specifically to keep us in a state of fear. All of these hidden truths will finally be exposed to the light. And during this challenging time, we have only one singular and paramount responsibility: the sacred responsibility to diligently maintain the health and well-being of my mind, my brain, and my eternal soul. If I do not keep myself healthy and vibrant, if I do not keep myself strong and resilient, if I lose my deep faith, if I lose my enduring hope, or if I lose my high-frequency spiritual energy, it is truly like being a courageous warrior who carries a powerful weapon filled with divine light and is eternally connected to the source. Our greatest weapon is love. We move forward together, and we will eventually shatter the darkness forever. It's possible that incidents may happen to people you had faith in, those people you had carefully built up in your own mind, those people whose perfect lives you always envied, and the people you truly thought were so much better than us. Things might be revealed about them, which truly make you feel as though a genuine miracle is happening on earth at that very moment. This Jeffrey Epstein case, the most morally corrupt and depraved man in the entire world, his inner circle and those who were active members there. Still, not even 2% of the full truth has been brought to light or revealed to the public yet. When the video recordings are finally released to the public, and when you eventually find out exactly who was orchestrating the actions of this repulsive and filthy man, which powerful families were deeply involved in the scheme, and the shocking details of what they were actually doing. Every bit of this information will be brought to light and revealed this year. Then you will truly comprehend the situation, and you will be proud of yourself for being a pure human being. All of the established artists of the past will be cast aside and forgotten, because they were all part of that sinister circle of shadows. Every single one of them willingly traded their very souls to the darkness so that they simply want to become famous and to have a lot of money. But the real artists, the ones who never even once thought they would become famous, the true and dedicated artists, will eventually emerge. Extraordinary and visionary painters, remarkable poets, unique and gifted writers, and incredibly talented singers, all of them will come out of this experience and join a beautiful garden full of vibrant flowers. They are exclusively dedicated to the pursuit of art, though it is certainly not the case that they have sold their souls to the devil. The vile and unspeakable atrocities that truly are beyond the capacity of any sane human mind to even comprehend, all the systematic and cruel ways they chose to exploit and degrade us, all while they were arrogantly thinking of themselves as our divine and infallible gods who held our very lives in their hands. All the arrogance, the boasting, and the exploitation of others, all of that must be eliminated. And if we truly see even a small drop within ourselves that needs to be corrected, it must be clarified. It must be purified. We have time to do these things so that we can move from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. Those individuals who travel light carrying only a small and very light backpack, can easily and effortlessly make the leap. The path ahead is much easier for them to navigate. So, let us collectively decide to put aside all heavy thoughts of bitterness and revenge. Leave the act of revenge to the vast universe, because it is already taking care of everything this year. Something far greater than you and me, our divine God, our protective guardians, our loyal friends, and those who truly love and support us unconditionally. Our ultimate source is taking revenge on those who have deeply wronged us in the past. Just wait for 1 year. Please just wait for one single year and trust my words for just 1 year as you witness the justice unfold naturally. And the only thing I ask of you is not to lose hope. Hopelessness and fear have such a low vibration that they feed those darknesses again, and it will take us longer to reach our destination. You become a delicious meal for them because, unlike us, they don't get their energy from our source. They get this energy from our fear. They feed off this energy and they are dying. It means it's a disease that has to go now. They're almost finished. Let the universe handle all the heavy work. Let the universe do it for us. Not me, not you, not our children. And I am just saying to you right now, please just believe in yourself for 1 second. Not what others say, not what religion says, not what governments say, not what traditions say, not what superstitions say, not any of that, not what man made laws dictate. All the laws they've taught us were for our exploitation, for their rule and our exploitation, us. From August onward, we are almost putting an end to certain powers and a new awareness is coming to us. Whether we are aware of it or not, this awareness is spreading across the planet at lightning speed. And then we begin to slowly enter through a narrow doorway that is actively molding and defining the course of our future. We are just at the very beginning of this transition, but we certainly won't fully pass through it just yet. This entire developmental process is expected to take approximately 1 full year to complete. And this profound sense of global awareness that is currently spreading across the entire Earth is, in a way, fundamentally altering and shifting our very DNA. It's gradually unlocking and activating certain hidden codes for us. Not to mention that in the real world, revelations will also take place. But at the same time, with a much more profound sense of awareness, we begin to see many more things. We discover more things within ourselves. This difficult experience of the past 36 years, especially the past year, little by little, it transforms. It has transformed into a truly beautiful and radiant experience where we have finally emerged from the depths of a long, dark tunnel and are now feeling the warm, glowing touch of the bright morning sunlight. Whatever belongs to the Matrix world, it must be finished by next year. It is as if the final expiration date for these specific kinds of things has finally come to a definitive end. It is as if absolutely no one is left remaining within the records of history. The relentless consumption of this entire system, along with this deep exploitation, has reached its absolute limit and must now finally be judged accordingly by all. Awareness is the answer to our happiness, prosperity, and peace, and to the issues that arise after that. We are just now realizing that the universe was never against us. The universe has always provided us with blessings and abundance. It should always have been exactly this way from the very beginning. But the ruthless robbers and thieves came and blocked this rightful abundance, and all these robbers shall be completely and utterly destroyed. Every single one of us is a true hero. We are dedicated volunteers whose courageous souls, among billions and billions of other diverse souls, consciously chose to come to our beautiful Earth at this specific time during this profound and historic transformation of the entire planet. Here, those who light the way are the true spiritual leaders, not those others, not the charlatans who pretend to be them because they too will be destroyed. They are not the real ones. They will be gone. They will completely disappear from the face of the earth. All those millions of people who just copy and paste, those who lie, those who learn a single word and make a fuss about it, all of them will be wiped out from our world. Those who read fortunes, those who make political interpretations, everything will seem like a ridiculous movie to everyone. Because when our DNA changes, we will be able to see everything clearly. We'll be able to communicate telepathically. We will be able to distinguish lies from the truth. And these are the transformations that will occur in each and every pure person, in those who have purified themselves, in those who are honest. And we, as those heroes who volunteered, most of us have already completed this earth cycle. We finished it millions of years ago. We graduated from this school and moved on to higher places. But many of us eventually decided to come back, to return all the way down to the lower levels. Like, for example, when you are already in university and you choose to come back and sit down with the young first grade classmates in their classroom, to go back and teach them the entire alphabet all over again, and make the whole process much easier and more manageable for them. That way, they don't have to struggle and suffer through the system for 12 long years just to get a diploma. You simply hand them that same diploma in 12 minutes. These are the true spiritual masters, those who make things easier for you, not those who make things difficult or scare you. None of those who make things hard or frightening are true spiritual masters. But those who know what they're doing, they're not after fame, not after money, not after status, not after followers. They have a duty. That's why they've come to this world again and again, to be guides. This time, a profound sense of global awareness will eventually encompass the entirety of our vast planet. But before we finally get to that specific point, it is highly possible that there will be a series of turbulent and difficult storms. The intensity of the storm must always come before the true calm finally arrives. And I am only talking about the span of one single year, just one solitary year. If if you see a storm, if you see an earthquake, if you see a flood, if you see a fire, if you see destruction, just be an observer and help your fellow humans. But do not let your vibration rise. Do not allow yourself to fall into a state of helplessness and deep misery, because this difficult storm will not last forever. You must say to yourself with confidence, this too shall surely pass. After the heavy storm has ended, a peaceful calm will eventually come. And after that calm, the warm sun will shine down upon you once again. It will be a sun that is much brighter and more radiant than any you have ever seen before, brighter than any time we have known. And in the meantime, traditions will fade away and superstitions will disappear. The ancient and traditional narratives that have been carefully handed down from our ancestors by word of mouth for centuries will eventually no longer have any significant meaning to us. One of the interesting things that, in fact, I discussed in my new book was when a young child asked me a very specific question about whether it's actually true, because he is only a 7-year-old boy and he was feeling quite scared and anxious about whether we really have to be circumcised. And my honest answer to him was that the practice of circumcision is also a deeply mistaken and outdated tradition. It was something unclean that was introduced in some religions, and circumcision too will disappear. A vast majority of the cultural artifacts and traditions we grew up with will also eventually disappear and will hold no further meaning for us. We now understand they were manufactured by the manipulative hands of exploiters. A physical body that comes into being through the divine creativity of the original creator does not require us to interfere with its natural state. The act of abusing and torturing the human body, along with all the dark stories behind it, will soon be revealed in full clarity and become apparent to every single person. So, my dear ones, don't be afraid of anything you see. Quantum physics has demonstrated through rigorous experimentation that the mere presence of a conscious observer of an event can fundamentally alter the very nature and outcome of that event. Truly, anyone, regardless of their unique perspective, possesses this capability to influence reality itself, completely transform the fundamental nature of that object. So, as conscious observers of the world, with the positive energy and intention we project, we can actually help make complex things much simpler and easier for everyone involved. We can make this transition phase easier. If you and I and millions of other people don't help, if we don't listen to their televisions, if we don't accept their news, don't support their wars, and just wait. Because, as I said, Uranus is revealing these things to us and to ourselves. If we just give ourselves 1 year for these truths to become clear, and then next year we will all enter the battlefield together. The battlefield of the victory of light and darkness, a new world made of energy. In this rapidly evolving new world, energy has become just as essential as money. Whoever possesses higher energy and whoever has carefully accumulated and stored up their vital prana will naturally hold much more power. Therefore, you must recognize the immense value of this internal energy. Assign it a significant price, and whatever you do, do not let it simply go to waste. Anyone who drains your energy, and what these people are doing is draining energy, the more intense your fear of them becomes, the more delicious and satisfying a meal you become for them, and the more energy you ultimately provide to them. But when you finally become liberated, conscious, and fully aware, you completely lose your value and are no longer of any practical use to them. You become like bitter meat to them because you've become aware, because they can no longer feed off your energy. They can't suck it out, can't drain it anymore. That same issue of energy draining by the exploiters. Then, starting from next year, which has already begun really, we feel that even time itself doesn't matter anymore. It's no longer like our previous calculations. Now, even time is passing by quickly. Time will no longer have its previous real meaning. We are living in the present. Of course, this process takes 2 or 3 years, but many people reach this stage much sooner. They reach a point where if you ask them what they did yesterday, they can't remember. They don't know what they did because there's no longer a past or future, just the present moment. And when we live in the present, in this reality, we simply don't go back anymore. In the past, for 3,000 years, our lives have been about regretting the past. We were worried about the future and didn't live in the present. But life from now on the new earth, is about living in the present. We won't even need a calendar anymore. It no longer matters to them that today at a certain hour they did something. Because when you truly live in the present moment, there is no before or after. And this is one of the fundamental things our physical bodies will gradually have to get used to and will eventually want to adapt to over time. It needs to gradually settle into this new state. And that's exactly why it's entirely possible for us. We might experience a significant amount of physical discomfort in our throats. In the respiratory area, the part where we breathe, or we might have frequent headaches, or it's possible that many people start to experience this. They often begin to hear unusual sounds deep within their ears. Or throughout the duration of this specific period, they may also start to feel physical tremors. Or they feel that swallowing becomes very difficult for them. These are all signs that the body is adjusting its energy. This body is a complete hospital that we need to trust. It is adjusting itself as the Earth's energy has increased. Now it's going from 40 to 60 hertz, and the body, we, who have been at about 20 hertz for many years, are now moving to 20, 25, 40, and maybe even higher. Furthermore, all of these different factors can frequently lead to persistent back pain, and they can also result in notable neck pain. Our muscles might begin to feel tense and uncomfortable, and we might find that we lose our appetite, or perhaps our appetite might increase significantly. All of these various symptoms are very possible. We might also experience trouble properly digesting even the most regular types of food. It's possible that our tastes might change as well because our beliefs are changing. We no longer have those old beliefs. We are people with new beliefs now. As a result, when my actions are based on my beliefs, when my beliefs change, my reaction to that situation will also change. We live in such a way that there is no clock, no sense of time at all. Of course, I'm saying these things might take a year, but let's stay together. Let's be united. We humans can be there for each other. Watch this like a movie and support one another. Let's take care of each other, be kinder to one another, and not lash out at each other. Quick words, quick sentences, quickly reacting, saying, he did this to me, she did that. The world is changing, the planet Earth is changing, and we are moving to a higher state. We need to leave behind the old games of the past. Like, you did this to me, I did that to you. Everyone finds their own frequency and moves on, so let's set aside the small issues. Let them go. Truly, people should actively care for and support one another. Let's allow love to guide our daily decisions. It is not about pride or inflated egos, and certainly not about the lingering resentments over trivial and superficial things in this material world. But in the vast world of the future, these petty distractions have no place and absolutely no meaning. Let us strive to think a little stronger, act a little kinder, and reflect a little deeper than we ever have before. Be kind to each other and try, at least for this year, to overlook many things. When you lose a beloved elder, you realize that things like whether your tea was too hot or too cold, or what someone did to you, no longer upset you. Don't be upset with each other. Let's get along together. If we finally decide to turn off the loud sound of the television, if we completely silence these mobile phones that we use to scroll through countless YouTube videos every single day just to watch something for 2 short seconds, and if we truly quiet our restless minds that are constantly scaring us with anxious thoughts, we will hear the beautiful voice of our higher soul. And this is precisely the time when we receive messages. We receive profound messages from another distant world. We receive messages from extraterrestrials, from other intelligent beings, and from advanced humans who are far beyond us. Listen closely to the quiet voice of your own heart. When you truly hear the voice of your own heart, you begin to transform into a much higher human being than you were yesterday, becoming a significantly better person than you were just yesterday or even last year. And then, in that moment of clarity, your higher self becomes your ultimate guide. You no longer have any need for another person whose own spiritual stability we cannot truly know or verify to lead or guide you on your path, to teach me exactly what I should do and how to act. Absolutely no one else in this world needs to sit up there and instruct me on how to live my life or establish rigid rules and regulations for me anymore. We continuously receive all of our spiritual guidance and profound wisdom directly from our own higher self. And this has always been the true fundamental nature of all humanity until a small group of greedy exploiters came along and blocked this light within us, closed it off completely, and took this divine power away from us. But I promise you that this power will surely return to us. Just 1 year, Just dedicate one single year of your life, my dear brother, my dear sister, my beloved daughter, my precious son, my respected father, and my dear mother. Hold on for just 1 year and have total faith that these wonderful things will happen. After this year passes, look at the coming storm, but do not be afraid of the power of the storm. The storm has only come to bring you the eternal message of peace. My dear fellow human beings, please learn to truly value yourselves. You are a hero. You don't need to create a hero out of someone who is on your level just because they have more money or a higher position, making them your hero, whether it's a political hero, a religious hero, or any other kind of hero. These wars that have been created for us are just the result of those fake heroes being made, and none of them have any real reason for war except that a certain group is pursuing their own interests. The major countries are after their own interests, and these interests are not just about oil. It's much higher than the interests of oil and gold. They are relentlessly pursuing those specific sources that bring out a deep awareness and reveal that absolutely everything we have known has been a total lie. Over these past 3 years, especially during the long months of Asar, everything was carefully crafted into a deceptive illusion for us. We were living in a world of constant lies, and when they eventually become completely hopeless, because we fortunately have those powerful beings who are watching over us from far outside the earth. They are not allowed to bomb us, use chemical substances, or use atomic weapons. We have those who are completely controlling the powers on earth. The real power is there. These ones have no power. They just have a few guns, soldiers, and tanks. But they are not allowed to use them. All of them must obey the law of the Galactic Federation. And the Galactic Federation is with the people of Earth. We are being protected. These ones are only after underground resources, which are located in different parts of the world under the seas. They are under the lands of countries and in the skies. But they are searching for secrets buried deep beneath the earth and submerged under the sea, and if those things are brought to the surface, then the truths will finally be revealed. These ones are connected to those who were hiding and giving orders. They had power. They acted like gods, but one of their gods will fall. I truly hope you have fully understood this point. When we are talking about the Shia community, I want you to just sit back and observe them for a full year. Just watch everything closely. And then, after 30 long years have passed, or even after 40 years, we will finally be ready to enter into the fifth dimension. I hope so, sincerely. May God grant it. Amen. For all the pure people of the world. They reach the fifth. Then, anyway, sooner or later, we all get there. There is no death or illness. There is no fear or revenge. There is no anger or misery. In the fifth dimension, what exists is light. And we get so close to the light that we become light ourselves. Just as we came from the light, we return to the light. All known diseases will eventually be completely eradicated from the face of the earth. These diseases were entirely products of their own deliberate creation, much like the various synthetic biological entities and artificial things that are carefully made within modern laboratories. Absolutely everything they encountered was entirely artificial, and yet they profited immensely from it. However, these artificial things are no longer accepted in this world. Only that which is truly real can ever hope to remain, born from real humans, genuine feelings, authentic love, and from the purest light. Those who are fake, those who lie, those who cheat, and those who merely imitate will not last. The very nature of these gods is constructed entirely from lies. They are made from anger. They are made from arrogance, and they are made from pride. and they have no place in the new earth. Change your beliefs, my dear, and do not be afraid under any circumstances. Once you wake up, you never go back. When a person wakes up, they can no longer pretend to be asleep. And this is the year, the year. It is the year of awakening, the year of awakening for all humans. In the year 2026, the age of Pisces comes to an end, and the age of Aquarius begins officially. Everything will collapse. Only what is real will remain. Much like a rare diamond that has been concealed and buried deep for 3,000 years, the long lost truth behind this precious gem will eventually be revealed to the world. And the mysterious, shadowy organization has always been watching. They never intended for this to be publicly revealed or exposed. But now the stunning diamond will finally come out to light, and there is no longer any possible room for their denial. Everyone will see it, and that's when our religion changes, and we become aware of our own powers, and we become ourselves. Now we draw much closer to our own inner selves and to our divine creator, and we begin to acquire the profound power to create. And on that final note, I end today. I end it with wishes of awareness and love for each and every one of you, my dear ones. Me and you who are hearing my voice, you should know that you are a hero, and this voice hasn't come to you for no reason. You're not here by accident. You're not hearing these things for no reason. You are a hero yourself, so don't be afraid of purity. Go ahead and start creating it today. Begin to change your daily habits, and with wide open arms, you must not retreat from all the wonderful new things that are coming your way. You should learn to accept these new things, even if it feels very difficult at first. If someone takes this burden from one place and throws it somewhere else, say, this was for my own good. What happens this year is for building the next 8 years. When you look at these upsetting and shocking events with this hope, you feel them. It's truly hard. It's not easy. We as humans have blood, skin, and veins. In our lives, we have a heart, but to the universe, trust. I entrust it to my God. I humbly entrust all the pure-hearted and righteous souls of the earth to my magnificent and almighty Lord. And I sincerely hope that each and every one of us can successfully journey across this narrow bridge together, which is something remarkably strange and highly exceptional, something that happens only once every 6 or 7,000 years. I sincerely hope that you may all cross it safely and find great fortune. Focus entirely on yourself. Keep your energy high. Don't be afraid and never lose hope. These are just clowns who come to scare us, and soon their tricks will be exposed to everyone. This is a vital time for personal building, and that important building starts deep within yourself. It begins with me, and it begins with you. I truly love you, and I tenderly kiss your heart. And I entrust you to this great spring. Always be happy.